Richard Slade. Hey Rich, what's the stay and play one more?
Well, since I'm wearing a guitar, are we supposed to do that line before I put the guitar on?
I like it. I do like introducing every song like a new song. Hey Rich, oh! Like a hee-haw.
Well, I can't. If there's no guitar, there's no C. This is our last time. You know, it's like a senior actor who's done backstage. Stranger. They can know they're on stage. Person we don't know. Let's let the crowd decide. Should we let the crowd sing with us? Now, Rob
Ready? I'm gonna roll this number because I had a great time.
Didn't make it to the concert last night. Anybody not there? It was all right, man. It was fine.
I was there.
You were missed. He was there. I was there enjoying the show.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. They fed me rum.
Might have to
I
do
was
that again. How about that episode this week? I'm still hurting from that fight scene.
I'm still hurting from the knife.
Oh.
I still am. I still can't stretch.
You really?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
Fun story.
for those who didn't watch the episode, please cover your ears. For those who did watch the episode,
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
This is what happens when we come to the concert the night before.
Yeah. Exactly, that's what happens. Give me rum. So, at the end of the episode, when Dean is done doing what he needed to do, he comes downstairs with a big old knife, with Kane's big old knife, right? And there's a scene, well, we can show. So, you come down.
I don't want to do this.
I have to demonstrate because otherwise it sounds weird. Like, how did I stab myself?
Is this you like way up there?
This is a knife. So he's holding the knife. It's a good knife. So he's holding the knife, and he's supposed to be spent, and we're waiting down there with Castiel and Sam. And as he's wandering down the stairs, he starts to collapse. And so Sam has to kind of like carry him. Yeah. But the knife.
And this was, I don't know if you guys saw, it was bigger than this microphone. And it was real.
Yeah,
and what they do is they'll dull the edges on a lot of the ones that we use on the show, so they're not super sharp unless they have to be. They're slightly dull. No,
but it wasn't a bone knife.
This was an actual
Kane's knife.
An actual fixed blade knife.
Yeah.
But they don't dull the tips. So it was an actual fixed blade, and his knee, and I felt it, just
I like
boom,
sort of did that to the knife.
went right in, and I was like,
Sort of like.
I just freezed up. I'm like, I know that's inside. That's in his leg right now. And he hugged me, and he kept hugging. I'm like, does he not know that there's a knife? There's a knife inside his
Dude,
knee.
there's a knife in your
Yeah, there's a knife in your leg, man. And then he kept doing it. I'd give it to him.
And they were like,
Tough guy, but.
and so they call cut, and Ackles immediately is like, dude, you all right? And everybody's like, what happened? What do you mean you all right? It was just a scene where like he keeps you from falling. He's like, no, he got stabbed. You all right? And I was like, yeah. I was like, that hurt, man. And we looked down, and I'm wearing jeans, and I'm wearing Sam jeans or whatever, and there's a hole in the pants.
Sam jeans. You can get him at Old Navy. I'm kidding.
These are Jared jeans. Yes, I'm wearing the wardrobe, obviously. And there's a hole in the pants and like a dark spot growing on the leg. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm bleeding. And sure enough, they ended up wrapping it up with, because we had to keep shooting. So I have this big hole in my leg still. But they ended up wrapping it up because we had to keep shooting. But the blood, it was bleeding enough that the blood would just go outside the wrapping.
Yeah.
So when I had to keep doing it, now there were like blood spots here and here because that's where the gauze ended. So
Oh, it was probably at least a half inch.
Yeah, it was deep.
Like it was enough to where I was like, oh, he's got a knife in his leg. And I'm still holding it. I think a big Blaze of Glory thing is certainly a good option. You know, there's probably some trickier storylines that could be written about it. You know, if Sam or Dean goes first, and then the other one is, you know, kind of like what's that movie with the dogs? One died, the other one died like 2 weeks later.
all dogs go to heaven?
Somebody said it. Where the red fern grows. maybe it's, you can go like a sentimental route like that, like what's the point, like I've lost my brother, and that's kind of the reason I fought. But I don't think that'll happen, because it has happened, and the brother never gives up. And I think that's kind of one of the log lines of our show is, you don't ever give up, no matter how dire the stakes are, how horrible the odds are. It's you just keep fighting. So I think they both got to go out and one last kind of blaze of glory, or maybe just like Thelma and Louise right off the cliff
with the Impala. Once again, that
in the
I
Grand
could not
Canyon.
work on. If the Impala went over a cliff, I could not fix it.
If I'm going, I'm taking the car with me.
Ain't nobody driving this.
Nope.
Song that was featured on the show.
Favorite songs
Favorite
featured on
song?
the show?
I have two of my favorite music cues. One is Styx, Renegade. And the other is David Bowie when he's fighting the fairy. Those two for me made me laugh. Renegade I love, because that was just like, I think you and I watched it together, we were like, that's badass. Like, that is, like, I want to be on that show. Oh, I am on that show. And then Ground Control to Major Tom, that made me laugh out loud. And I read the script, like I knew what was going to happen. But the whole scene with the microwave and the little...
Yeah, that song was not, it didn't say that. Sometimes sometimes they write, a song in the script. Like I think they wrote for Weekend at Bobby's, they wrote that it was going to be The Gambler was going to be playing and stuff.
Oh, nice.
But sometimes these are decisions that are made in post-production that we don't know about them until we see the episode. So that was one that we were both really excited about. I think I'd have to say both of those are two of my favorites, but I don't know. I have a place in my heart for Eye of the Tiger, I guess. Whenever an impromptu music video happens.
That's a funny story, the Shake It Off story.
Do we have to? Yes, I do. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to tell the story. I don't know if you read the fine print. You tell.
Did we know? So was it supposed to be Taylor Swift in the original script, or it was just supposed to be like a goofy song? Or there was no song.
It wasn't even in the script.
That's right. So you know how young Dean says, like, I was on the bus and a Taylor Swift song came on, and I liked it, man. I liked it a lot. So that was a funny part of the script. But then the script ended with us just driving off after we dropped off the young version of the guest star. But then
Tina.
We get a phone call 2 months later, like, hey, we're shooting some additional scenes for Serge's episode. It's going to be at the end. We were like, all right, like, is there a script? Like, no, it's not a script. It's really just a couple shots. Like, you don't have any lines. So there's no, all right, or whatever. And so we show up in the morning, and they explain to us, like, what's going to happen. That it's going to be like a Taylor Swift song. We're like, whoa, what? And so they were like, yeah, it's going to be funny because young Dean talked about liking it. So now Dean's going to hear it and not turn it off, and it's going to be funny. And so...
And I was like,
he really wanted it.
No,
so the first couple of takes, he turned it on and been like, just kidding, and then drove out. But then finally, I think you gave him one where you're like,
well, Serge was like, the director was like begging me. He's like, please, just do one the way that they want it. So I'm like, I'm gonna give you one, but it's gonna be really bad. And is that the one they used? I didn't see the end of it.
It is funny.
Of course, it's the one they used.
Yeah. It is funny, but
I thought it was way more funny than going like, hey, I'm just kidding. And then like, boom, putting on, Metallica or something and driving off. But I don't cut the show.
Oh, yeah.
When you two first met each other, like in season 1, did you guys think you were going to be like best friends?
No, and we're still not.
No, God no. I think you're like, oh, cool. And I think, so he and I have both worked for a relatively long time. I've done 5 years on a TV show, and I've done different movies. And I heard, who said it? I think I heard Geraldo on Celebrity Apprentice saying, they were like, I think Donald Trump was like, well, are you going to be friends with them? And he's like, well, friendly, but friends is tough because, you know, I live in New York and they live, or whatever he was talking about. And I was like, that's a perfect way to describe what happens a lot with like TV shows. Like for me, everybody on Gilmore Girls, I'm very friendly with. If I see them, it's like, hey, how's it going? How have you been? Congratulations on Bridesmaids or whatever, you know, Parenthood. But I don't call, you know, like I have a wife and kids and they live in different states. And so it's hard to really, I barely talk to my brother or my father or my mother or my wife, you know? So it's really hard to keep in touch with everybody I've worked with in the past, though I really enjoy that. I don't think that he and I thought we'd be as close as we are. Though I certainly was like, yeah, whatever happens, I'll always hang out with this guy and, you know, go watch Cowboys or something. But yeah, I guess when you have to stare at somebody for 10 straight years, it kind of...
It's either going to go one or two ways. You're either going to get along really well, or you're not going to get along very well. And but I think early on we knew that there would be a very easy work environment between the two of us. I think you know, the friendship was something that kind of developed through the years, but I think right off the bat it was like, oh, he's a cool guy, we get along, we got a lot in common, we have similar backgrounds, we have the same kind of, you know, similar outlook on life. Yeah, we're going to be able to work together really well and be really friendly with each other. And then, you know, 10 years later, I still can't get rid of the guy. We were backstage the whole time and just staring up at I guess it would be the reverse image of what we're seeing there. And I think, did somebody get a picture of you and I sharing a headset going like this?
Spate.
Was it?
Spate like snuck around and got his little camera. And then my phone buzzed because there was a tweet from somebody I follow. And it was Richard Spate, like a picture of the back of my head. I was like, creepy. It was cool.
So I'll continue stealing and being inspired by these guys, and yeah, it's really nice to have some in-house inspiration, aside from the daily inspiration I get from this one right here. That was a joke. I'm kidding, it wasn't. It was.
Hi, I'm Sam, and my question for you both is, do you...
You're Sam?
Yeah.
I'm Sam.
You're Jared. But watch this. And action. Cut.
Hey, it works both ways. And action.
I was wondering if your children have any nicknames for the members of the cast.
Well, he's Uncle Jensen, and Uncle Criff, and then Mrs. Misha. It's Uncle Jensen?
Uncle Jensen.
Uncle Jensen?
Uncle Jensen.
And Criffy. He calls Cliff either Uncle Criff or Criffy. He doesn't really do his L's yet. And then my 1-year-old just kind of bangs his head against the wall. He's not talking just yet. But, he did Pinko Rock the other day. That was
JJ does have a nickname for his wife, which is pretty funny, and she kind of came up with it on her own. She calls Jen Aunt Mama,
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, Aunt Mama. Because she hears Tom calling her Mama.
Mama,
yeah. And Tom is not Tom. Tom is Nom. Nom. Learn your T's, kid. Learn your T's. There's only so much I can do.
True. Thanks.
Too, like, why doesn't anybody besides like put salt in a hula hoop and just use that? It's like a permanent ring or something.
A what?
Put salt in a hula hoop.
In a loop? Oh, a hula hoop. Team Hurt.
All of a sudden, I felt like Sebastian. Well, now we're going to have hula hoops on Supernatural, and I'd like to thank you.
And that is why we don't.
And that's why we got that
in a hula hoop.
Thank you.
That was disturbing.
It was.
My eyeballs need a shower.
You remember earlier I said, no, I'm embarrassed now. That was it. Don't play that again, because if it happens, I don't know that this will not happen. It just, once it starts, I know that there's a few men in here that got dragged here by their significant other, and they're like, seriously? This is, I mean, the band's good.
How's it going?
Yeah, sorry, sir.
The guys are walking.
He said, it's alright, because I got something in mind later. And it probably looks like that. We got an update.
Okay, Jensen, you're my hero. I love you.
Me too.
Okay, so
Changes that we can make in season 11 that I think would help propel the story a little bit more, like salt-filled hula hoops.
Did you ever hula hoop around your neck?
Dude, I had one on the arm, one on the leg, one around the waist.
Oh, that's disturbing. That's like a feat of athleticism right there.
I would also guess your weight for 3 tickets.
You're in a stuffed animal if you get to win.
Hi.
Hey.
So my first tattoo was a supernatural tattoo, and I know a lot of people who have like the anti-possession tattoos. And I was wondering if you guys knew if Sam was ever going to get that again, so that he is not able to just be possessed by random demons.
I think he should. I think he's kind of an idiot for not getting it. I think it's one of those things that will probably, my assumption is that we'll probably just cross that bridge next time Sam has to have his shirt off. No, I feel like it's kind of, you know, you don't, we don't have, please take your shirt off. I don't think we have to, now I'm all nervous. We don't have to.
Take it off, dude.
I had to deal with you hula hooping. So, oh, a buck? A buck?
You did not earn that dollar. We don't have to deal with it just yet. Sit down, Stephen Mel. Okay.
If I look like Matt Cohen, I would take my shirt off.
If I look like Matt Cohen, I wouldn't own a shirt.
Just onesies. I can't take it off. We'll probably find out next time Sam has to have a show. I'm getting nervous.
You are like sweating.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you, Black.
Charlie loves you, Dean. We all love you.
So basically what you're saying is that you love me.
I basically didn't say anything, I said it.
When we got pregnant a couple years ago, we...
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
When
Not
she
us.
was-
We have never been pregnant. Right?
It is not a tumor. Doesn't he get the baby and he's got the muscles?
Was that twins? No.
What? No, he's
Kindergarten Cop.
No. Oh, that's right. Yeah. What's a good Arnold quote from Junior?
Junior? No, it was Kindergarten Cop.
No.
The tumor line.
Yeah.
Don't test me on my Arnold trivia.
I need like a good Junior saying so I can say like it is a baby and not. But we ended up having our kids here in Seattle, so yeah. You know what I did the other day?
No,
I didn't tell you this.
What?
I got home from work. I think you might have the day off. Yes. And for some reason I was like in this goofy, silly mood, and I looked up all the Supernatural gag reels. They're really funny, but there are like 3 or 4 missing on YouTube. So if somebody is willing to illegally upload it, because I don't know how, that way we can watch them without having to get DVDs and put them in, because my DVDs are in Austin or in my trailer. So I was just YouTubing it, and there were like 3 that were full. What was I laughing at?
Were you laughing at what was funny that
Wood
what you were
chips.
watching, or
Wood chips.
or were you laughing at what it reminded you of?
I was laughing at what I was watching because I remembered some of it.
Do you need a towel? You
I always
were
need a
literally
towel.
dripping sweat.
I know. I'm moisturized, so I went. I'm
This
not
is a
kidding.
hotel. Can we get a hand towel for my friend?
So I went wearing flannel, probably don't know. So I was in Austin this week, and I went out on the lake, and I went wakeboarding, and I came back, and I was peeling a little bit, and so our makeup artist Sabrina is like, Jared, what in the world? First off, you look about 12 shades darker, and secondly, your forehead is peeling. You need to moisturize. So I've been moisturizing, but it doesn't all seep in, I guess. Some of it stays, and goes.
Or you
thank
could just wear sunscreen.
But it was too late for that. So, better. Sorry, guys. First world problems, I guess, but my moisturizer wasn't sinking in.
I apologize. Well, so many comments right now.
Thank you for avoiding that. Before we jibber jabber, did anybody want to yell something? I know, too late. Jesus. Did anybody have anything to say or ask? Or?
What? Dance, monkey, dance!
Dance, monkey! I think for the two of us, we've figured out over 200 something episodes that when they call cut, you got to kind of shake it off and laugh around and goof around. So that's what I feel like, right?
What?
Yep.
Yeah, there's, I'd say for every one kind of heavy emotional toll-taking scene that we shoot, we've probably got a dozen lighter scenes that we can have fun and you know, we're laughing and pranking and joking when the cameras aren't rolling, or when the cameras are rolling. So I think it's a marathon. Shooting a season like this, 23 episodes, it's a full marathon. And yeah, like Jared said, we have people that come on and sprint, and it's like you're gonna exhaust yourself. Watch us. We're just cruising, just nice and easy, because otherwise we're going to die. So it really is. You just got to pace yourself. But yeah, some days can be difficult.
That having been said, we are filming the final arc of season 10 right now, and it's one of those really intense final arcs. I mean, it's probably the most intense I can remember since maybe season 5 or something. Was that?
Like fire in the refrigeration.
Sorry. We're filming the finale starting tomorrow. We have to kind of shoot cattywampus because of some scheduling stuff. And so these final episodes are very traumatic. I'm not gonna say.
That was great timing.
I know. First rebirth.
It's like we almost turned into a Gallagher show.
Yeah, it's just trying to remember you're having.
I would say that the dean that we all know, and that is the brother of Sam, and that he could very easily go away. Something else could become something, but it would not be the dean that we know.
But y'all would still get to look at Jensen.
It's called job security as the season goes on. And then, I don't know, personally, if I got a situation I'm dealing with, he's certainly on my favorites lists of people to call, so.
It's because I'm like 3 feet away in a trailer.
Generally, yeah. I don't even have to call him. I can just be like, Dad! Come here!
Did you try flushing? What are you doing?
Bring a coat hanger! I'm sorry.
Right here.
There was the edge. There it was, and we just...
One final...
I was wondering if you've ever been to Wyoming or if you would visit Wyoming. Because all Texans love Wyoming.
I would love to go to Wyoming. Did you go?
I've never been. I'd love to go.
We went to, our families kind of stayed in Aspen together, Colorado this winter, and we were looking around in Montana and Wyoming,